A memorable line from the Battlestar Galactica revival series, spoken by Will Odama, commanding officer of the fictional ship and fleet admiral of the surviving fleet, states, "There's a reason you separate military and the police. One fights the enemies of the state, the other serves and protects the people. When the military becomes both, then the enemies of the state tend to become the people." The quote acts as a crucial warning. Safeguarding civil liberties and public trust necessitates a distinct separation between military and law enforcement functions. The real-world implementation of the fictional concept, specifically the disappearance of individuals by ICE agents based on their skin tone, has unfortunately proven to be the most egregious manifestation of this discussed error. A healthy society hinges on the critical distinction between the military and police. Traditionally, the military is trained extensively for dealing with external threats and warfare, while the police uphold the law and protect citizens. Domestic deployment of the military for law enforcement can erode trust by creating a perception of the populace as an enemy, potentially leading to excessive force. Despite statements from the governor of California and mayor of Los Angeles, the local police crowd control efforts were sufficient. The president has deployed the National Guard and Marines to California to suppress resistance to ICE's illicit operations. What's worse is how the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement has had their forces militarized and expanded in what can only be seen as an all-out racist assault on the American population. Many of the agents are not trained in either police functions or military standards. They lack the skills to actually do the job they are tasked with. Trump's contentious Big Beautiful Bill significantly boosts funding for ICE, exceeding the funding of all federal level police funding combined. This expansion is clearly detrimental to individuals the administration considers undeserving of remaining in the United States. Tom Homan, an American law enforcement officer, political commentator, and former acting U.S. Director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, now serving as the border czar, has expressed enthusiasm for this increase. He's been quoted as saying, "So now ICE finally has gained the resources they need. And you know, it's going to put more boots on the ground, which we need right now." What does more boots on the ground actually mean, and how will future actions be implemented? Around $30 billion will be allocated to ICE's enforcement and deportation efforts and operations, tripling their current budget. Another $45 billion, a significant increase from the current $3.4 billion, will be used to construct immigration detention centers. Finally, nearly $47 billion is earmarked for building the border wall. ICE is poised to become the most well-funded law enforcement agency in the nation. Its budget for detention alone is projected to exceed the Federal Bureau of Prisons' entire annual allocation by approximately 50%. The funding is primarily allocated to CoreCivic and the GEO Group, two corporations that currently manage the majority of immigrant detention centers. For several months, ICE has been soliciting bids for this work in anticipation of receiving these funds, and some of these contracts will be awarded without competitive bidding. Alligator Alcatraz, essentially a concentration camp, will serve as a model for numerous other internment facilities. These sites will house undesirables such as undocumented immigrants, legal immigrants, people of color, journalists for exercising their First Amendment rights against the administration, and political opponents. These individuals will be imprisoned and potentially deported without due process. Trump has openly expressed desires to imprison and deport individuals he dislikes. During his initial campaign, he encouraged supporters to chant, "Lock her up," in reference to his electoral rival, Hillary Clinton. This is not an exaggeration. It's abhorrent that a science fiction story about interstellar warfare can so eloquently describe the horrifying civil rights and constitutional violations of the actions in LA, as our government is poised to spread these actions throughout the country. This should have us all fearing the possible theft of our freedoms for the crime of being deemed undesirable. Our nation is being dismantled by precious piece through the fascism inflicted upon us by the wealthy elite and their bigoted lackey supporters. The state's threat of violence infringes upon our most fundamental rights. When do we fight back? Before or after such action is outlawed? Corey Taylor wrote and sang the lyrics for his song Silly World. Freedom's just a word today. Freedom's just a word. When someone takes your word away, it's seldom ever heard. So take a sentence full of things you're not supposed to say, carry on, but don't write them down, or you'll be gone. That's all for this week. Until next time, remember, your voice is vital. Stand up, speak out, strike back. They don't know what they started. If you appreciate this content, please like, share, and subscribe. For updates, ring the bell. Your support truly helps the channel.